Yeah, we're gonna learn a little bit about your background, which I think is going to be exciting for a lot of our twinners out there. At least that's what I call them. And I think they're going to love to hear, what you have cooking. There was a big release today on the platform, which you helped to architect, and we're going to take a look at the roadmap today. We're going to answer some questions, and then I know that you're going to dig in and have some fun with some of the twins too. So I can't wait for that. That's going to be a fun one. Some big news. Stacy Engel, our CEO, is not here today because just today, a couple hours ago, she gave birth to her second son. So congratulations to Stacy. Big day for her. I know she was like, hey, I think I want to come. Like, no, as much as she loves twins today, she's just focusing on her two boys and not her twins here. So congratulations, Stacy. So thrilled to have another twinner in the world. Justin, many people have heard about you, probably seen you on the website. You and I met about 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And we were first, when you were at that point, you were the COO of Decentraland, which many people know as Premier Metaverse. And we had the chance to work together with Stacy to do some pretty cool things. We built entire lands inside of Metaverse, inside of a Decentraland together. I had a really good showing Week about 2 years ago, but I think people are going to be really excited to hear from you and just tell them your background and if you don't mind, why you're excited about being here.
Yeah, of course. It'll be a pleasure. Thanks for having me on the show. So I guess my kind of story starts about 20 years ago. I've been working in the industry for that long now. I've had a lot of great experiences along the journey. It all started for me really in 2005, I think it was, when I joined Jagex. So my background primarily before kind of getting involved in AI and blockchain was really gaming. I've always been involved in the games industry, pre AI and blockchain. And I think the main thing I did for the first kind of 12 years of my career was work at Jagex, which made a video game called RuneScape. RuneScape was really the first MMORPG to run in a browser. So it's quite cutting edge, using Java as its client. But yeah, it's an enormous game, millions and millions and millions of players, 500 million accounts created. Company actually sold 2 months ago for 1.2 billion to its new owners. But yeah, it was all where everything started for me. I've always kind of enjoyed virtual worlds and the cutting edge technology, being involved in that. So that's kind of where I started my career, and I worked on various different mobile games post Jagex. I worked on a head of operations for a game called Abakin Life, which was a bit like PlayStation Home, if anyone out there ever played PlayStation Home. Really what it was a Web 2 metaverse before the phrase metaverse was coined, really. And that kind of led me on to getting more interested and working closer with kind of virtual worlds, metaverses, experiences, brands, and everything else. And that journey kind of took me to work at Decentraland. So I served at Decentraland for 2 years as their COO. And that was really an exciting time because, they were the first virtual world to run on the blockchain, the first protocol that had done that. So, I've always been lucky in joining companies at the point where they're tilting on the edge of something new. And so I really enjoy that about, these sorts of companies. And I feel the same way being here at Twin now. But yeah, Decentraland was an exciting time. Understanding the whole sort of Web3 setup, and I got involved in doing quite a few things in the realm of AI whilst I was at Decentraland as well. So I was working quite closely with some companies. InWorld was one, Flipit was another one, but they're basically AI companies that specialize in developing NPCs. And, that kind of, I've always been interested in that because coming from the games industry, you're always focused on engagement and retention. And I think like what AI can bring to this space is phenomenal, and how it can grow our numbers, keep people's concentration, keep them playing for longer. So that's kind of where everything started for me. And then, as you said, during my time at Decentraland, you and I and Stacey, we worked on a few projects together. And then post my time at Decentraland, actually, we worked on a few projects in the metaverse space, blockchain metaverse space. Particularly, I remember going to the Decentraland's fashion week. We brought Bembridge, which is a jewelers in the US, and we revolutionized gamification in the metaverse space, which showed in the results from that show, and that our engagement levels and retention levels and players coming back was far supreme than any of the major brands there, like Tommy Hilfiger, Gucci, Adidas, Nike, etc. We learned a lot along the way. We also worked on Sophiaverse as well, just before the token launch. So I'm super excited to be here and really, really enjoying working on Twin Protocol. I'm basically like the VP of product. So really my job, as you said, is like thinking about like the features, what it needs, what users need, working with the development team to implement updates to the project, and keep the sort of protocol scaling as much as possible.
Yeah, and you're doing a wonderful job. Obviously we had a good working relationship while Twin was incubating. And one of the things that we knew that we wanted to work with you on was your experience in blockchain and gaming, because that Bembridge metaverse site that we made became more time was spent inside that one metaverse implementation at Bembridge than Adidas of the other luxury brands, which blew us away. And the reason was because you made it so fun. And it was so easy to go into that building, the Bembridge building at Fashion Week, into Decentraland, talk to their CEO, have rewards and points, and do a scavenger hunt. People loved it. So we knew that, Justin, that you not only had a talent for understanding how to make things fun, but also you really got the blockchain side. So everything was blockchain, and focused on the Mana token, obviously, and things around that. But generated a lot of leads for that brand, and more so than most of the luxury brands there. So that was a starting point for us. But what you do today is we have a development team that has over 30 people in it around the world. And you're leading that team from the UK. And of course, you have the tough job. Right now, it's your evening, early evening for you, and being in the UK. But you have to work with India, you work with the Philippines, you work with Seattle, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, all over, Toronto. So we have a big staff, and you're right in the middle of it in more ways than one. And you've been really doing an amazing job. You're ahead of us. Like, you understand gaming, you understand what we need to do. And part of our mantra is we're going to make AI fun and simple for billions. We're going to, with our protocol, distribute that AI through multiple partners. I was just at another Angel Twin party here in Las Vegas last night. Big celebrities, big communities coming. But also, you're integrating the Twin Point and the Twin token across the entire spectrum. So there's been a lot of questions over the past couple of weeks on what's the roadmap? When is self-service twins coming out? Well, Justin's going to show you what just came out today inside of the product, which we're excited about. He's going to show you a demo. And then we're going to take a look at the roadmap specifically. And Justin, you and I are going to talk through that. So you're kind of the star of the show today. It's your first time on. I know you're not worried about being in front of camera. But if you don't mind, do you want to give everybody an update on what we just released and maybe its importance?
Yeah, so I'll just talk you through it first of all, and then I can show you some of the features. It's possible for me to share my screen. Christian, I'm going to share my screen now. You guys able to see the screen?
Yes. I guess I'm the only one that can answer that. So.
That's right. So yeah, so there's been some nice updates here. The first thing to mention is that for all those that are familiar with Twin Protocol, you would go to, it's used in the browser, you go to our URL and you end up on the login screen, you log in and you go into Twin Protocol. But one of the things that we've changed, which is a slight tweak, but it makes a big difference, is that now when you go to our homepage or our URL domain, you're not blocked by being asked to log in. So what you see now on the screen in front of you is this new marketplace showroom that we've produced, and the team have done a really good job. So big shout out to Michelle on the UX side here. But yeah, now we've pushed the login past this page. So now at least our users get an opportunity to see what's available in our world of Twin Protocol. So as you can see, let me just jump in here. So now if I choose to talk to a twin, Winnie the Pooh's always my favorite. You can see now I can talk to the twin. We have this other new feature that's in front of you.
Justin, we're still on that home page. We don't see Winnie yet.
Okay.
Yeah, you may need to share. If it opened in a new tab, you may need to share full screen or however.
Yeah, I think I'll have to stop presenting and share again. So, sorry about this. Present.
No problem.
Yeah, so we have this new marketplace screen that looks very nice. Let's go to Winnie the Pooh. We see Winnie?
Got it.
Yeah, so now I'm logged in. I'm talking to Winnie the Pooh. I was chatting to him earlier, as you can see. But this before it used to be plain, so we weren't showing the previous chat history that you had before with the player. So one of the things that we launched today was a feature which we call chat history. It works in two different ways. The first one is that it shows the sessions chat history that you had last time you were talking to the player, talking to the creator. The reason why that's really important to us is because, I might not have logged in for a week or two. I wouldn't remember what I was talking about last time. So this way, it refreshes my memory. I can quickly scan of what we were talking about, and I can continue that conversation. And then here, we also have a fuller chat history. So these are all the twins that I've been talking to over the last 2 weeks, but it extends further than that. So I can also remind myself, who was I speaking to? I can click on a different twin at this point, so I could go and talk to William Shakespeare. My chat history is there from the previous session, and then I can continue my conversations. So chat history is like a new feature that we've implemented. We've also implemented, like I said, we've pushed the login back. We've integrated some features that help the creators within our admin panel itself as well. Two things we've done there is we've implemented a toggle for what we call a toxic word filter. So that basically allows the creator, if they want to make sure that the conversation is kept clean, they can do so, and the AI will block out the bad words that are used in that channel, or they can also enable ChatGPT if they wanted to add on some further AI enhancements from the existing persona that we're using. And then lastly, the last feature that we launched today, and this was only like an hour and a half ago or something, was analytics. So within our admin tool, now we have a lot of information, almost like a visualization tool for our analytics, so that we can enable our creators to learn from the use of their twins. So that would enable them to, understand how many questions are being asked, what sort of questions are being asked, what can they learn from some of the answers that their Twin was giving the users, but also in terms of a revenue perspective, they can see how much am I earning from my Twin, and how many memberships or pay-as-you-go kind of packages have been purchased on my Twin. So there's been a lot of enhancements today. There's a lot of small things that happen that I won't go into too much detail with, but yeah, they're the kind of like the big things that we launched today. Next week we've got more things coming out that are interesting, exciting. For example, next week we have a utility feature that enables the users to reserve their Twin name, and they do so by using the token. So that's enabling some more utility into the platform. Yeah, how does that look from your side, Bill? Have you had a chance to play around since the update?
Oh yeah. I wouldn't mind if you don't. I want to talk a bit about the chat history for a second. It's important to talk a little bit about the Twin token throughout the process. Do you have the screen you could show of the analytics possibly? You want to get that ready while I discuss that for a second?
Yeah, you crack on. I'll load that up. Just stop.
I'll let you do that. So the chat history is really indicative of the Twin vault. So people ask us, why Twin? What's the difference between this and an avatar generator? I get asked these questions every day. Twin is really about the next mode of communication, human to AI communication, and then AI to AI communication, namely your AI speaking with other AIs about you. And in order for anybody to do that, they're going to have to educate their Twin vault on their likes, who they are, what their work is, about their hobbies, about their family. They're going to have to curate that information. They're going to have to make sure they permission that information to various people who want to access it. And in our case, tokenize it. As you're going to see on the roadmap, we're going to talk about earning Twin tokens when people ask your Twin questions, or when an AI asks your Twin questions, or when your AI and another AI come up with something completely new. So that chat history, what's happening, and it's always been happening actually, is that every question you ask Winnie the Pooh, or a former president, or a philosopher, builds your own Twin vault. It builds your Twin brain. And that's the point here, is enabling billions of people to build their Twin brain. The Twin tokens are utilized every single time there's a prompt and a response. Twin tokens are used. So what you're looking at here, and I'll go back into this a little bit, is the dashboard that our creators, we call them Twin creators. That's the people who basically create their Twin, release it into the wild. We've been curating that for people. Self-service Twins are coming soon, but this is the dashboard that you would see and the creator would see. They release their Twin. How many people have asked? What have they asked? What's the revenue they've made? There's a whole e-commerce engine wrapped around this. So Justin, want to go into this, and I'll talk a little bit more about how this integrates into the token.
Yeah, so this is just this is for a demo account. So obviously, I didn't want to show any client sensitive information on the show, but yeah, so this is an example of what a client would see. They may have many different twins. Different customers have different needs. So some of our customers have just one twin. Some of them may have 20. So this shows you how many twins you've got going and how many of those twins are currently active. How many total users are actually using your application, but also how many of them are engaged. So what's the active user count, which is basically anybody that's kind of used and interacted with the platform over the last 30 days. And then we kind of have our distribution between points and the token itself, because making sure that our platform is available to everybody, there's choices. So there's fiat payments and there's token payments. Interestingly, like the way that works is that, we slightly discount on the token, but also if you're using fiat, it's also leveraging utility within the token itself as well, right? Because you have a percentage kind of breakdown when you're using fiat on your platform to choose how that's segmented. So some of that fiat goes to the user, some of it may go to infrastructure costs, but the fiat that's left over automatically gets sent to the token, and purchases the token, so that we're kind of staking as we go as well. So that's a really interesting feature. This kind of dashboard works in the same way as many other different sort of visualization tools, but you can break down between weekly, monthly, yearly. You can break down between which twin you're interested in looking at. You can combine everything together. So yeah, it has an awful lot of features that you'd be, really help you to keep track of what's going on and monitoring how you're performing in the platform.
Yeah, it's a fantastic addition. Here's one more reason why is we believe, actually we know, that our SDK and APIs are going to be the main point of entry for people using Twin Protocol, which is token agnostic and LLM agnostic. We have our own proprietary AI called Persona AI that sits on top of LLMs. So currently we're an EVM-based business. As you know, the Twin token launched on Ethereum. However, on the back end, powering the token transactions, where there is a transaction happening between Ethereum proper and Polygon Matic. So we're using Polygon Matic to power low-cost blockchain transactions. You ask a prompt, you get a response. That's a blockchain immutable transaction into your Twin vault that you curate, permission, group, and tokenize. So every transaction that's happening is building a decentralized database of your brain, the things you ask people, the documents you put in. Now, that being the case, we have ridiculously exciting implementations with external applications. Some we're helping to build, some are being built entirely by our partner. So one is IM Infinite. That's our collaboration with Deepak Chopra to take digital Deepak to the next level. We're ingesting wearable data, heart rate, sleep data, O2, calories, steps, you name it, but anything that would be in a Whoop or a Samsung or a Fitbit, and then the twins, which can be all the way at the Deepak level, but all the way down to your personal trainer or nutritionist level, can real-time advise you on your fitness. That data that comes from the IM Infinite app goes into your Twin Vault. Now you're collecting what you're being educated on from the twins. Now you're collecting what's being educated about you from a fitness, wellness, well-being level in your permanently in your vault. Every transaction's a Polygon transaction on the back end, powered by EVM on the front end. Also with Angel AI, which we've talked about a lot, that's financial data. So Angel AI has mortgage AI, credit repair AI, accounting AI, payday loan AI, payroll AI, and it's quite exciting. So you're building through our SDK and API, you're building access in your own vault, which then you'll curate and share with other people of the world, and you'll earn Twin tokens for sharing that knowledge, or you just leave it to your kids or grandkids later on as a legacy. So this screen you're seeing here is important because how many people accessed it? How much did they pay me in Twin tokens? What am I owed in Twin tokens? That you'll see that more of that on the roadmap, but Justin, great job there accessing that. And by the way, along the way, I'm trying to answer some of the questions that some of you are asking. Some of you asked, for example, when are self-service twins available? What is the reason you guys went with ETH and not Solana? We're blockchain agnostic. We will absolutely be looking at BSC. We're already looking at Base as another transaction layer for us on the back end, in addition to Polygon. And we'll be working with those ecosystems thoroughly. So lots of exciting things there. Justin, anything else to share on the update for this week?
I think just before we move on to the roadmap. So just as a summary, features launched today: login pushback, improved marketplace, integrated chat history, analytics, ChatGPT toxic word filter. What I wanted to do whilst we're live on TV is just share a new screen, and let's see if my digital twin knows this and understands this and can reply to this. So just want to check, stop that sharing because I have another screen. Christian, if you could do the honors. Thanking you. So this is my twin. He's currently not live. He's a demo twin. I use this for testing purposes. But what were the new features in Twin?
The new features in Twin Protocol include seamless access to the Twin showroom without login, a revamped marketplace with features like featured twins, trending twins, and all twins for better discovery. Users can now access their full chat history with each twin. For creators, we've enhanced the admin portal with a toxic word filter, ChatGPT integration, and detailed analytics. These updates aim to make interactions with digital twins smoother, more intuitive, and more engaging.
So you need some work on the voice, but pretty accurate. Pretty pleased with that.
I mean, over time, people may think that your real voice is the one that needs adjustment because they'll be talking to you. So, yeah.
It always sounds worse when you're on camera, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, let me explain a little bit about, because you might be wondering, well, when's Justin's face going to move on the screen? So we are not in the business of reinventing the avatar wheel. We partner with the best. And that is a whole art. And generative AI is certainly coming on board there to offer really some exciting things with characters and even our own photorealistic twin. So we have used and integrated most of the avatar generating programs that do photorealistic avatars. Our partner is D-ID. That's who we've selected. They are wonderful with customer service. They have huge partnerships coming on. Their AI, photorealistic streaming AI is really moving quickly. And our photorealistic integration with D-ID, which we're going to bring to you for your twin, is going to be exciting. Now, it's also going to be something that we remain very compliant on because it looks so much like you. What's important for a Twin Protocol isn't necessarily the photorealistic side, the chatbot side, the audio side, the hologram side, the integration into ERP system side. It's the fact that you're building your own brain, and our SDK can connect to any app you want with this as it gets more robust, obviously, and our APIs. Our SDK can be integrated into your app. Our APIs can connect to any app, and it's going to allow you to take your brain anywhere and train your twin once. And then you're going to be able to monetize that and participate, no matter what level, what size business you are, what you do as an individual. $15 trillion of new money is pouring into the AI economy in the next 5 years. We're going to help you grab it. We're going to work with Angel AI and our Angel Twin initiative to reach 1 billion people to help them use their twin for finance. We're working with Deepak Chopra and his tens of millions of followers, and Punachha Machaya and his Cyberhuman initiative to go make people more fit with their twins reminding them. So and by the way, as you'll see in the roadmap here in a second, I think you just requested that to come up, Justin, great. You're going to see how the twin token correlates to the product map. So a lot of you have been asking for a roadmap for a while. We have one. It's been in play. Here's one that many thanks to our team and Jess created a nice look and feel for it. So Justin, let's walk through this a little bit and let's have a dialogue on this and let people know what. I know it went so fast. We only have 15 minutes now, so we launched the product in Q2. We launched the token in Q4, in early October, as you know. So curated twins, what's that? That is where, for very select people, we ingested their data. We created audio twins of them. Behind the scenes, we created cartoon, 2D, and photorealistic twins and released that into the wild. And we've been doing that for months and months with dozens and dozens of twins that have been created. A lot of those you'll see in the showcase. Justin, you want to talk about the purpose of the showcase and what we've used that for, the showcase twins?
Yeah, so that's where
Are you still there?
Yeah, that's where basically you'll see in the marketplace some of our showcase twins. So they're thought leaders, they're CEOs of companies, they're doctors, they're various professions, and they're thought leaders, and they've got something to say. And what's interesting about them is that one of the problems that a lot of people that come to us have is the ability to not be in many different places at the same time and not being able to speak to everyone in the room. Well, what this enables them to do as our showcase twins is them to be able to train their AI to learn from them, and be able to then monetize their knowledge and their base, but more so it enables them to scale, right? That's the important thing. And this showcase twin is basically the creators that we work with that we want to be in front of everybody. So if you come into the platform, that's where you'll see the Showcase Twins. So that's live and that's being done. Bill, as you were saying, we launched the Twin Token, and the next thing on the roadmap, which is to come, is Media Twins.
Yeah, I'll have you explain that. Hey, am I chopping in and out, or is pretty smooth, my video feed? I just want to check.
Pretty smooth. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. You were choppy a bit, but we heard everything you said. It was only at the beginning, so I'll just let you know.
Okay.
So yeah, Media Twins, I'll have you explain Media Twins in a second, Justin. So as you all know, we launched on Uniswap, so you could buy our tokens, use them for utility, reserve your spot in line for your own twin, reserve your name, which is coming next week. And we launched on Uniswap. We are launching on our first centralized exchange, so it's much easier. A first of many, 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 many to come. Global exchanges. We're launching on Bitmart within the next couple of weeks. We're working through a few things to ramp up our marketing and how we communicate that, which should take an exponential turn shortly, especially now with our product and the place it is. So I look for us in the next week or two. We're working out some details. We'll be launching on our first centralized exchange. We do expect to regularly, monthly, release new centralized exchanges and move very fast in that area, because not only do we want the world to know about the Twin token, which powers your Twin Vault, which powers SDK-based and API-based external third-party transactions, which powers huge partnerships, but we also want you to be able to get the Twin token easily when you need it. And as Justin said, and we've talked about in the past couple of weeks, every time you ask a question to a Twin, every time you build your Twin token is involved, even if you're seeing Twin points. So that being said, another exciting product we have coming out, again, in concert with D-ID, is Media Twins. You want to tell everybody what that is, Justin?
Yeah, I'd love to. In progress at the moment. Saw a first demo of it today. Yeah, very excited. So this is a new feature within the platform, the protocol, that we can switch on for particular users. So it's I call it the Media Studio. But what that does once it's enabled is it allows our creators to use more photorealistic, high-res quality video streaming to create certain marketing messages, I would say, that they want to their twin to perform. So they can go into the Media Studio, they'll see their avatar. There'll be a input box. They'll be able to write the script and fill out the information that they want the twin to portray. So that could be, a message to your community, updates to your community. If you're a celebrity, it could be a happy birthday message from your favorite celebrity. But it allows the creators to use that Media Studio to create these personal messages to their communities. And how it works is that they record the message, they can download the video, and they can distribute that to their social channels. So push it out all the way through their social channels. And it's looking nice, and it's going to be an exciting new addition. And of course, more utility for the token, as you were talking about the token earlier, Bill.
Yeah. We get asked a lot, well, what about this avatar company? Isn't it just like you? It's not. It's a UI for us that we released to. So these Media Twins, I don't think you're going to find a less expensive way to train a twin on like Justin's twin. He just showed you his twin talking with his voice, and train a twin on what you know, and then make blog posts, videos to communicate with people so fast. We will release and talk about our world-known comedian who will be giving away through our Angel Twin, our partnership, their digital asset twin in this mode to their entire audience, and bringing people into the Twin Vault at the same time. So a super exciting time. Media Twins are coming out soon. Some of our current customers, paying customers, are actually using Media Twins to create media now, and it's a cool time. I talked a little bit about the SDK, self-service twins. Justin, everybody wants to know, I want my own twin. And of course, we are releasing and working on dozens of twins at one time, but when can the world do that, Justin? We set it for Q1. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, it's set for the end of Q1. It's what we're jumping on as soon as we're back from the holiday break and have completed the SDKs and APIs for self-hosting twins. But self-service is basically, at the moment, obviously, our admin team are creating the twins on the back end, right? So we're getting your information, we're getting your avatar with pictures, we're uploading them, we're uploading the brain, we're integrating it, switching on ChatGPT, switching off ChatGPT, using Persona, LLMs. Like, we're doing all that in the back end, but what we want people to be able to do is do that themselves. So we're building a UI and a UX that's much more intuitive and easier to use. So creators can create all these twins themselves. It's as simple as that, really. You can go in, you can upload your own information. It's a step-by-step, super easy UI to go through. You'll be able to set your own business model. So whether or not you want to, be in tokens, in points, or you want to have percentage splits between revenues and such like, it's all managed through the whole self-service platform.
Yeah, it's exciting. And then through some of our partnerships like Sentience, which is part of Sophiaverse, our twins are fronting LLMs. They become your like Microsoft paperclip, if you will, for accessing LLMs, which builds your brain. So you can create your twin, you can leverage LLMs for twin, and then Twin TV, Justin has talked about. Imagine sometime soon where your LinkedIn profile, quote unquote, can talk to somebody else's LinkedIn profile before you have the meeting and report back on synergies you have and what you're working on and what's important to talk about. Twin TV won't just be for Abraham Lincoln talking to Amelia Earhart and having a show around that, which it will do. It'll be for you to talk to other people in Twin TV, and then you can watch that interaction and see if you want to talk to that person or what to talk to them about. All this leads to the twin marketplace. You create your self-service twin, you release it to the wild, and as you'll see on the twin token roadmap, what we're really excited about is twin tokens that you receive for being paid for people accessing your knowledge base directly through a chat or via API SDK. Because everybody in the world is the best at something. And Justin is one of the best in the world at looking at decentralized AI and gamifying it. No doubt his twin will be consulted often for that. And you deserve to be part of that $15 trillion economy too. And twins in a fun and simple way is taking everybody there. So Justin, anything else to add?
Yeah, I mean, there's a it's a very exciting roadmap, and it's not one of these roadmaps, in my opinion, that's like too out there. Like, this is all very achievable and very doable from how the team have operated over the last year. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to jumping into getting these features out next year, and there'll be more. These are the headliners, but there's more coming.
Tremendous momentum. Solid people. Stacy, obviously you know her, solid, built enterprise businesses. Justin was running ops for what was at one point the largest decentralized metaverse there was, and is still huge. And now we have a whole team. Justin, we use the Velvet Hammer internally. Like, our team doesn't need to be motivated. They love the mission. You do a fantastic job of getting the best out of people. There's several dozen people that work inside of the team from the product side. Love them. They're doing amazing. They're global. So shout out to you, Justin. Thank you so much for everything you've done here to get us to this point.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. I mean, just to echo that, like, the team is another reason why I'm here, to be honest. Like, working with everybody on the team, they're super motivated, super interested in this project, and that's why I think we've got the momentum we've had this year of getting as far as we've got.
We want you all to participate. This is our project. This helps you take advantage of that 15 trillion, and please get the word out about Twin. And very soon your own Twin will be doing that for you. So thank you, everybody. We appreciate your time. Justin, we may see you back next week. It's actually, last week it was your video. This week it's you live. Thank you so much. Stacy is going to be out for a few weeks because she's got a new one at home, and we'll have more guests on. So look forward to seeing you all next week. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you, Justin.
Welcome. Thank you.